All right, everybody. Thanks for joining my live stream. I know I've been posting a lot of travel videos for like the past year, but I never wanted this channel to be a travel channel. I honestly don't know what I want the channel to be other than whatever I am, experiencing or doing at the moment. And right now, that is in the midst of writing a XenForo add-on. Now, XenForo, in case you don't know, is it's a message board software. It's a very popular one that several message boards use. Oh, whoa! What happened? Oh, I wanted to go to WTF.com, which has been using XenForo for years, and they've actually been around for a long time. And apparently they're gone. But there's several different message boards that use this software. And it has its limitations, obviously, just like any piece of software does. What I want to do is I want to combine that with Reddit. Or not combine, but I want to be able to have users create their own forums. And obviously, as the administrator, I want to be able to, regulate that and be able to keep an eye on it. But ultimately, I want users to be able to create their own forums, kind of like you would do on Reddit, how you create these subreddits. So if I go over to my message board here, I don't have it installed or anything, but I have my message board, and I have all these different subs, and you can start. And the point is you want to be able to create forums. So I have a local instance of XenForo running. At least I think I do. Okay, there we go. So this is the local message board that I have running, and this is obviously just a development test page. And then if I go to, where did I put it? User forums is what I'm calling it. And so here I have a user forum page where what I've started doing is putting the basics down for people to be able to create their own forums. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of work here. And let me see. Actually, I want to do into PowerShell. Let's go ahead and so I can bring it up. Let's take a quick look at the code that I've written so far. Let me bring this over. Now again, I am by no means any kind of guru with developing XenForo add-ons. I've written a couple, but I don't have a lot of experience with them. Now, the way I see this working is the form table itself. I've modified the form table. Let me pull up. This is interesting. I do localhost php my admin, right? And this Windows computer is so slow. And it's a powerhouse of a computer. I think it's because it's the encrypted drives. Anyway, if I take a look at the database schema for the forums, what I'm basically doing is I'm adding a new column to the forums that's called user forums owner ID. And that will basically you'll be able to mark a forum that is owned by a person who's also the person that created it. Actually, maybe there would be a good case to be made for an owner, because what I want is I wanted to have an owner. I want to have an owner, and we probably want to know who the creator is, because maybe the owner can reassign ownership to somebody else later down. Creator, owner ID, creator ID. So the owner will be like the admin of the forum, where they'll be able to moderate posts and threads, and they'll also be able to assign other moderators, and they'll be able to maybe reassign ownership. So that could be one thing, that a feature we could do. And let me put that onto the list here. Allow users to set style from installed styles. Let's see. Allow users to create. So here is a little document I've put together of the features that I want, at least for a 1.0 version of this. Allow users to create forums. They will restrict this ability to certain user groups and limit the number of forums a user can create based on user group. Now that's something that might be in a 1.0 plus version. I think what I'm going to do initially, at least, is I'm going to have all of the versions just do. I'm sorry. I'm going to do a hard code limit of only allowing users to create maybe 2 or 3 forums. Distinguish between a forum moderator and forum admin. Now this was when I was kind of like spitballing here. So if I go back to what I have in my setup here, I did say a creator and an owner. So the creator, I guess, is more for historical purposes, because if I create a forum and then a month or 2 down the road I decide, all right, I'm going to transfer ownership to somebody else, the owner will essentially be the admin. Is there going to be a difference between admin and owner? I don't think so. So I think instead of saying owner here, I think we should say admin. Distinguish between a forum moderator and a forum admin. And I'll talk a minute about how moderators are going to be assigned. And that's actually something I need to think about because, well, let's talk about it now. If I am the admin of the forum, well, we got to remember there's going to be 2 admins. There's going to be the board admin, who is, if this is in Reddit terms, this is akin to the Reddit admin, to the admins on Reddit. And then there's the forum admin, who I guess would be the forum, the moderator on Reddit. So that would be a subreddit moderator is essentially what they're equivalent to. So again, the forum okay, what have I written here? Distinguish between a foreign admin, foreign moderator, and forum admin. The user who creates the forum will automatically be a foreign admin of the forum. Forum admins can add, remove operators, delete the forum, and make a forum public or private. And they can also do everything a moderator can do. Forum moderators can moderate posts and threads, meaning delete, maybe edit, I don't know. That might be like an administrator option for the board if you want to allow your forum moderators to edit posts. I have run a message board for a long time, and personally, I really, really, really hate editing users' posts. I feel like it's disingenuous, and I feel like it can destroy a board. But, you know, that's just how I run my board, so, people are going to be able to run their board however they want. Approve posts and threads, yes. Allow users into the forum if the forum is private. We can also say allow users. We want to be able to allow users to specify a style. And again, this might be a 1.0 plus feature. I don't think that's going to be in the initial version. So if we talk a little bit more about the forums, or I'm sorry, about the moderators and admins. Add, remove, mob. Can an admin, I think you should only have one admin. Yeah. And the creator is the admin, and then the admin, so when you first create one, the same user will be the admin and creator, but then I eventually will be able to transfer adminship to another user. And then that will be done by the admin. Let's see. Transfer admin privileges. I hate that word. Transfer admin privileges to another user. So I think maybe there can only be one forum admin, and you can have multiple operators. Let's see. So let's write that. Let's put that down too. There. One forum admin, several forum moderators. Okay, good. So again, I'm just using this as kind of to just keep some kind of track of what's going on. Let me see over here. Let me look at something really quick. It is New Year's Eve. What do we got here?
No, I'm just using.
Listening to myself. Got it. I just want to see something to test. Okay, cool. All right, I am just making sure that if I actually do send a message in the chat room, that I can see it on my little display here. So let's bring the display back up. Did I actually? Okay, let's do this. Okay. So we created a, so now we have a user, we have a creator ID, a forum ID, which will be created now. I need to go ahead and set that up. And how do I do this? I do this by calling I believe that's the executable. Yes. I need to go into the folder of the message board, and I need to call command.php. Let's see if I can do this from memory. Addon install step, the name of the add-on, and then the step. And I think that'll do it. I think what that will do is that will run this code here, which will essentially just create these two columns. No ID with lols apps user forums could be found. Oh, well, that's interesting, isn't it? I thought I had added this. Of course I added it. It's right there. Interesting. What is the name of the... Well, what's the name of the frickin' plugin if it's not that? Add-ons. Okay. Pending changes. This add-on has pending meta changes. Please sync or rebuild to import these changes. That an option over here. Rebuild. Let's try that. I don't know what this is going to do. So I think what that's caused from is because I made changes on another computer, checked those into the source code, then came onto this computer, pulled that source code update down, and then I did an import of the data. But I guess once I do an import of the data, I have to sync or rebuild the changes as well. So let's see if this works now. No, it still says it can't be found. Lols apps user forums. Did I spell it right? No add-on with ID lols apps user forums could be found. Interesting. Save them. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. Let's check out, make sure I'm doing this right. XenForo, the page I want to go to is called Let's Build an Add-on. Demo release, but what I want is I want install step. All right, so XF add-on install step name portal 1. What is going on here? Lols apps user forms. It wouldn't be this. Did I capitalize the A in one part but not the other part? That can't be it. I didn't think so. Alright. Give me a second, let me shut the door. Alright. Well, this is a pickle, isn't it? This is interesting. So let's go hunting around for a minute. It's there. User forums, it's definitely there. Why would it say it can't be found? Do I have to just install it? No, it says it's installed. And let's do a sanity check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change some text in the code to make sure that this is that I'm like everything is what I think it is. So if I go here, actually let's go to the templates. I only have one template right now. So right here this says create your own, no, actually form management. So let's just simply do form management 2. And now if I refresh this, I should see form management 2. Oops, the requested page could not be found. Well, that is interesting. Invalid root controller action. Oh, I bet I know what happened. I bet I know what happened here. Okay. I think what happened is I probably had a route installed. User forms. Well, it's not there. Okay, what if I add it back manually? If I add a public route prefix. I gotta remember how to do this. This is going to be user forms, subname session context forms, and then this is going to be this. I think. Wait, no, it's going to be manage. So this is actually going to be manage right here at the end. Okay, now if I go here, finger crossed. Okay, so form management title. So what I did was I hadn't exported the route, and I need to remember how to do that, and I think that is done. Let me take something over here real quick. What's happening? Come on, source tree. I need to start doing this on my Mac because this is. I need to start broadcasting. I think I'm just going to start working on my Mac because this is ridiculous. I love this machine. I love the feel of it, but the performance of it leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, where did source tree go? All right. Let's all right. Let's add a local existing repository, which is going to be over here. Whoops, no, not that. This is going to be here. So what I want to be able to do is I want to use source tree because I want to be able to look at what's checked into source control. I want to be able to look at it in a nice, clean way. Of course, you know, nothing on this Windows machine is nice and clean. This has to be because of the encrypted drives. It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, there is literally no reason that this machine should be taking that long. Okay, here we go, finally. User forms. Oh my God. So we changed, I guess, a little bit of everything. So let's just stage everything. Actually, even though it's not hard to find my real name, let's just don't make it there. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to export I need to make the route that I added in the board. I need to make sure it finds its way to my source code. So the next time I check the next time I pull the source code down and then want to import it into another instance, it actually gets created. So I create the add-on. I think it might just be build, but is it build release? The final step for the add-on is releasing it. This involves extracting the XML files from the database, which are shipped in the package and used for exhalation, calculating the hash of each file, and adding it to our hashes.json, and packaging only the relevant files into a .zip file. Thankfully, you can do this all in one single command. So let's see. Well, first of all, let's see what happens if can I run the install step now? Or am I still getting this no add-on found? And I'm still getting the no add-on found. Huh. User forms. Lulz app user forms. Am I FORUMS user LUZ. Let's see what happens if I try to build it. So the command to build it is build release. Build release. It still tells me it can't be found. So here are the options we have with the add-on. Build, release, bump version, create, disable, enable, export, install, install step, rebuild, sync JSON, uninstall, uninstall step, upgrade, validate. It would be nice. Oh, let's look in the database and see what is going on in there. Because what I'm going to look in the database for is to see, okay, how is... I'm assuming I can list the add-ons in the add-on table and see what the name is. Select star from add-on. XFF. Lulz apps. Right here. Lulz apps user forums. It's right here. No. I didn't want to download anything. Why can I not make that bigger? Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Let's try this. Oh my God. Oh, it was / versus / Oh my God, that was the problem. That was the problem. Okay, let's go back to install step. Oh my God. Okay. We can move on. So now if I look at the forum table, if I can find it. The forum table. So the forum table should have these 2 extra columns at the end. Creator ID and user forum and admin ID. Okay. All right. And those will basically just be foreign keys to the user table. There's really no way to express that, I don't think. But, okay. But, and then, so what I wanted to do with building it, I'm not sure what this problem is. I wanted to see if it exports the, let's try building it again. Make directory, no such file, in file 288. Attempting to validate add-on JSON file. JSON validated successfully in file 232, line 288, warning, no such file or directory. That doesn't help a lot. Okay, we gotta get to the bottom of this. This can be a pain in the ass. There's no real good debug tools. Let's see, 288. 288. Make directory partial path. Now create directories for anything below it. What if we just do print? There we go. Create directory partial path. That work? I think there's a print command in oh, okay. Yeah. Pretty sure there's a print command in PHP. Okay. Creating directory blah. I have no idea what the problem is there. Let's go to Google, see if there's anything on Google about this. This would suggest your PHP temp directory is not writable by the web server or does not exist. Is not set. Please check with your host. Okay, I am the host. Permission denied. Did it get along? Internal data and data. Change mod. Okay. I think that's actually in the... Okay, because there's data and there's internal data. I don't think PowerShell has a change mod there, but I think I can do it over here. Okay, so I can probably do this. And then let's see if I make the directory. Make directory, internal data, internal. I have vague recollections. I have vague recollections of having to do this before, because I'm pretty sure if I look at my other, add-on that it has an internal data folder too, or not. Oh, but this isn't where I built it. This is just what I checked into source code. Interesting. Okay, let's try now. Let's go back to the folder. Okay. The other thing is, could it be data and internal data in here in the boards folder, because they're they're both there. Okay, let's try that. But let's do it under. Let's do it. Change my 777 data, internal data. Okay. So let's try now. No. All right, let's take a look at it on the, let's see. Properties. Read only. No. Apply. You have chosen to make the following attribute changes. Unset read only. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, good. And then what about this one? This one also. Apply. Yes. Okay. Whoa! Gotta do some work there. Come on. Alright, let's try this. Try now. Still no. Apply change to this subfolder. But if I unset it, all right. First of all, this is starting to bug me, how my context menu is just getting too big. Like that's ridiculous. That's one of the things that drives me nuts about Windows. It's like every program wants to add itself there. No. Okay. But let's stick with the immediate problem. Why, when I do this, is it not being set? Folder is ready for allow files and folder indexed. Okay. Could it be that I'm not running Explorer as administrator? Is that a thing? Let me see. Can you run File Explorer as administrator? How? Let's see. Windows, run File Explorer as admin. Open File Explorer, so typically by pressing the icon in the taskbar. Once it is open, head to this PC window, scroll to the right, select Run as Administrator. Okay, so let's see. Once it is open, head to this PC, C:, Windows, which is going to be... Okay, I just need to browse to it, so... And then I guess it's named Explorer. Run as administrator. Yes. Okay, now that I've run this as administrator... Let's see if this sticks now. Well, I think I did it on the whole folder, which is fine. I mean, if I set the whole, I mean, there's no reason the entire thing needs to be set as admin privileges. I'm not sure. I think that's probably because I had to run XAMPP as admin, and then anything it creates is going to have admin, it's going to be owned by the admin, and so when I install XenForo, everything that gets installed with XenForo is therefore owned by the admin. I think that's why it works like this. At least that explanation sounds good, but this is still not working. Am I going nuts? Only read only. I don't want this to be read only. I believe this is a malfunction of let's just try this. Oh, I have another idea. If this doesn't work. All right, I need to run console. I'm going to run console here as administrator. So now I have this. Let me just go ahead and copy this. This is one of the things that really drives me nuts about programming, is that you spend so much time fighting with your tools and doing so little time actually programming. And it's so common. It happens all the time. Still not working. Like all the time you're just working on these stupid little problems that are, I don't want to say they're not related to what you're doing, but they're, it's like if you're a drag car racer and you just want to get your car on the track to race, but you're concentrating, but the oil filter is the wrong size, and you're struggling with that. Or I don't know, that's a terrible analogy, but it's just so frustrating because so many times tools are just fighting against you. Ugh. Trying to look up something. Just give me a minute. Against you. Anyway. Alright, let's just. Alright, back to the question at hand. So ultimately what I want to do. Well, first of all, this is going to be a problem if I can't create the stupid package to begin with. I bet you, I guarantee you that I will be able to do this on my Mac without a problem. I promise you, I have 4 Macs. One I never use, one that is in the shop. It's literally in the shop. Oh yeah, I have 3 Macs. No, and then 2 that I use. And I bet you that if I went on either of the 2 that I use, this would work seamlessly. Or I might get a permission error, but then I have to go change the permission folders and it just works. Alright. I'm going to try changing the code again. I want to see exactly what it's trying to create. Okay, creating directory. Why is F? Okay, so that's weird. This looks like a bug or some kind of misconfiguration thing. Creating partial path. Now create directories for anything below it. What is this function I'm in? Create directory. Oh, I love debugging code that has nothing to do with what I'm working on. But let's give it a shot. Create directory. That looks good. Yeah. Create directory path. Create index HTML. Okay, I do want to do this. Just. Aha! Oh. I bet I know what the problem is. The problem is the soft link. That is the problem. The problem is the soft link. So to explain what I've done, when XenForo creates an add-on, it puts the add-ons in folders that correspond to, you have your organization name and then the add-on name itself. And then it puts it into this source add-on nulls apps. So what I did, and you can see here, this is actually a link. I wanted to check the code out into a different place. So the code is checked out here. Oops. User forms. The code is checked out here under FAMB user forms, and then I created a soft link inside of this folder to the user forms. I am guessing what's happening is PHP, the XenForo PHP code is getting confused. And again, as I said, I bet you if I went on my Mac and it worked, I bet you this is only because of the way links work on Windows, the way soft links work on Windows, which is subtly different than how well, it's not subtly different, it's actually drastically different because they're completely different operating systems. But I bet you that it's a way that just soft links work on Windows. That's a consequence of what's probably happening is they're doing some kind of, they're traversing the folders, because if you look at the folder they want to create, let's see, where did it go? They're trying to create this, so user forms, build, upload, source, add-ons. So, right, what they probably do is they're probably doing a stat on the folder, and then that stat command is actually returning, since it's a soft link, it's actually returning the full command. I bet you it's just a mess. I bet you that's what it is. So, how do we get around that? How do we fix it? So first what we're going to do is we're going to ignore the data folder, right? I think so. Okay. What I will do is I will check in this code, updating code. I'm going to push it to my master branch. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this link, which I don't know how to do in Windows, so let's just do it through Explorer. So that's a link. I can delete this. And then I'm just going to check the code out directly into that folder. I'm just going to clone it directly into where is it? I can't find it. I think I put it under Lulls Apps, User Forms. So I'm just going to clone it directly in there. Let's see, copied. So git clone this. It should create the user forms folder, which it did. And now, oh, wait a minute. I got to go back to the root. I got to go back to the root of the board. And now this should work. This should work. Maybe. And there you go. Okay, it worked fine. Let me undo these changes. Now I kind of forgot what the whole purpose of that. Oh, the purpose of that was to get the route, because it'll take the route from the database and put it into something that I can check in. So let's add the new one. Why is this so slow? Oh God. Look at this! Why does it do this? Okay. Alright, thank you. By the time I almost got there manually, it was done. Alright, so if we go here, 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 here. Thank you. Alright. It didn't work at all. Is it because I'm ignoring the data folder? No, it can't be. Right? Because I have another... Let's look at this other one. I don't have a data folder in here. And I actually have routes. Public feed. Like it's there. Do I have output routes in this folder? Let's see. I do. Alright, that just completely effed up my world. No, I don't want to start Microsoft Visual Studio. Ugh. Manage forms and text. Okay. So does that mean this is working again? It better. And that means I need to close my editor and open up a new one. Okay, it does look like it's working, which is good. And if I can move this, it should go away. Okay. Oh my god, that was a lot of work to get really not anywhere. So what this page will eventually have is we'll have the create your own form, and then you'll also either below or above it you will have a list of forums that you're already managing. And you can see here that I, started doing basic things like to do create a phrase for invalid form title. And then, yeah. All right. And then I was trying to find in large code bases. Oh man, sometimes they just like I was trying, and I'm not going to critique XenForo because I don't know enough about PHP web development really to critique it. But I was trying to find the code in XenForo's code where they actually create the forums, and I couldn't. I couldn't find it. If anybody knows, that'd be great. But I literally could not find where they create forums. And then let's do another search right now. Let's do a search together. How's that? So here's the admin page. If I go to nodes And then this is how I normally do it. So I go over here, I click Add Node. I'm going to click Forum, General Discussion. Right. So this is the page where all the general discussion, like where you enter the information if you're an admin creating a node. So what I do is I try to find a piece of text here that is going to be unique to this page, that would most likely only be on this page. So something like allow new messages to be posted in this form. That's probably something that's going to be pretty unique to this page. Maybe that would also appear when you're editing a node, which would also be helpful. So what I'll do is I'll search for that. And it's going to be extremely slow because this drive is extremely slow. These are SSD drives too. These are, or maybe, are they? I am pretty sure these are SSD drives. I think the problem is that they're encrypted. They're 1 terabyte. Okay. Anyway, so I have found it. Form edit. So here it is as a phrase, but then here it is as text as well. So this is form edit. Templates, code cache templates. It's a cache. So does that mean that it caches the template? If I open this, Folder Explorer. No, wait, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted was, okay, let's, all right, let's stick to the topic at hand here. Okay, this does look like cache data. This looks like what happens is they take a template and they generate a bunch of code, and then that code gets cached. I mean, that's what cache data means, right? Anyway, what I'm looking for though, yeah, like final compiled, like this just looks. Let's try this another way. Let's look at the phrase. Let's look at the phrase name. And see where it's used. Okay, templates here. It's only used once, and that's good. Now, ideally, this is in a form. Form action. Forms save. So that means that there is an action save somewhere, right? Node. There are a lot of action saves. Node. No, but that's actually not it being called. So what we have abstract node. Prompt summary, admin, Well, wait a minute. Let's start over. Well, not start over. Let's go back. Where is? Whoop, no, not that. Where's the file I just had open? Okay, we go here. We go here. Okay, what is the name of this template? Template form edit. Admin form edit. So form edit should be somewhere. No. Because if I look over here, I'm doing a call like this, where I pass in the name. This is the name of the controller, this is the name of the template, and this is parameters for the template. But the name of the template, I would expect that the template would be called like this, but then again, who knows? Maybe who knows how it's called. Okay, that's all code cache, phrases, templates. But of course, that's another thing. This template could be called within a template. Although, wait a minute, this... title, is there an if? If foreign is insert. So I suspect that form edit is probably being called within another template. So let's take a look at that. Template. Okay, here we go. No, I don't know what this is. Template modification. Forums save. So this means that there is probably a class forums with an action save. There's a lot. And it would be under controller? Admin controller, maybe? Action index, node add edit. All right, this looks promising. Wait, node add edit, save type data, action change type. Oh, we're getting close. Action suggestion, no. What is XFES? Is that extended search? I think that's extended search. Entity. Forum. Okay, well, we can take what we found here. Option filter. This is definitely in the right area. This is definitely in the right area. So let's see. Admin controller, link form, page. Okay. So we got different types. Save data type. Give form type handler for add edit. I think this looks like it's probably in the right area. This is admin controller form.php. So the whole point of this was I wanted to look and see, I wanted to look at the code where forums are getting created, because ultimately what I would like to do is I would like to, when my page, when a user goes to create a forum, and I click save, and then everything tests, everything's properly filled out, there's no duplicates, they have permissions and all that. When it actually comes time to save the form, I would like to be able to just package up the form info and call something like this admin controller function to create the forum. Now that does create a problem, or creates perhaps a conundrum, because will will I be able to invoke this code? Like, can I invoke, like, I'm offhand, I don't know what this node added function does of this form class, but will I be able to instantiate or get the existing form class object and call node add edit? Let's see where node add edit is called. It's called it's called the node add edit, but it's the parent calling it node add edit. Action add. Ooh, create, get parent node ID, and then, okay, so here it's creating looks like this is creating a node object, and then it is setting a few things like the node type, and then the action add, or the parent type, and then it is calling this node add, action edit. Oh, interesting. Now I forget how this works, but I think I did this like this where we have here this create. I forget the details of that, but I think I do that. Let me see. I do think I do that in my other extension. I think I have to call create like that. Let's see. I do. Okay. Yeah, I do. So laws app feed entry deleted. I'm gonna have to really go back and see how this works, because this is a save reaction. So what I'm doing is I'm hooking, I think this is hooking into save. No. Feed. This is the feed, so I think this is probably like save Twitter, save the feed. No. So what it's doing really, okay, it's just grabbing this, but where do I define what that is? I mean, it's creating a reaction object, but where do I define these reaction objects? So it looks like what this code is doing is it's creating a node object, setting some things, and then passing it to this node edit object. And then it is a virtual function, it looks like, because I have seen node add edit. It's protected, but it looks like, I'm sure a few things are, yep. So this form, it extends abstract node and then protected function node. So I don't know how virtual inheritance works in PHP. I mean, in C++, it's very explicit. You gotta say, oh, I am overriding. Maybe you don't have to do that in PHP. I don't know. I get the impression that you do not, because this looks like it looks like if you define the function in a subclass that was defined in the base class, then the function in the subclass takes precedence, and then you can actually call the base class function with referring to parent : which is nice, which is nice. I guess PHP doesn't support multiple inheritance, because if it did, I don't know how that would work. What would the parent resolve to? Actually, now I'm curious. Does PHP support multiple inheritance? PHP doesn't support multiple inheritance, which is actually probably for the best, because in C++ and other languages that support it, I think C# supports it, Java, I'm not sure, but lots of languages do support multiple inheritance, but at least in C++ and in C# too, from what I remember, it's generally considered bad practice to use multiple inheritance. And when you do use it, if you do use it, what you shouldn't, but if you do, there's kind of like certain things that you should and should not do. For example, I just remember offhand, one of the cases where I did use multiple inheritance a couple of times is if one of the base classes was a pure virtual class, basically an interface. and then that way I could create. I could have in this case I could have my my node. My node derived from my abstract node, but that node could also implement an interface so that I could treat it as a dictionary or whatever I needed. And that was one of the common cases in C++. But it actually never, I think in the last 15 years that I've been doing C++ programming, in the last 15 years I've been doing C++ programming, I have probably used multiple inheritance less than 10 times. Anyway, it was quite a tangent. But back to the case at hand. I think what I need to do is I need to figure out how to instantiate this. Well, let's just try it. Let's just try it in this. Let's just try it just for now. I'm probably going to go soon, but let's try it really quick in the manage. So here is the function where I'm actually taking all the form info and I'm making sure that it, works. Let's do this. Node. And then is there a null in PHP? If node, okay, try this. All right, so if node equals null. So let's see. Like, am I able to create this node object, and then can I pass it to node create? Let's find out. So I'm just going to refresh just for giggles. So the name of this is going to be test forum. This is a test forum. This is a test forum public. Test forum public. So node is actually not, it's not, where'd it go? That's the wrong code. It's not null. So what is it? There is a print R. There is a print R in PHP, but how do I get print R into a variable? Is that what that other parameter is? Bool return, print unit expression. What is bool return? PHP print R to string. Okay. So it is what that second parameter is. So let's go ahead and put message into the error that we're gonna, oh wait, no. No, what we want to do is we want to keep the error there, at least for now, and then we'll move on to this. Okay. Okay, so here is the node object, unique entity, class, root class, protected entity node, there's not really a lot there that helps me. But really quick, what if we do this? Oh, no. That's this node added. Oh, Joe's in the chat room. Kapla, Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve, Joe. Happy New Year's Eve. So Joe, if you're just joining, I am attempting to create a XenForo add-on that allows users to create forums, much like on Reddit, how users can create subreddits. So this is the that's the idea. I don't know if now would be a good time actually to recap what I talked about earlier. So the features of this forum will be obviously to allow users to create forums. That ability will be restricted to certain user groups, and you will also limit the number of forums that a user can create based on user group. Let's see. I hesitate to bring this up since you never finish projects anyway. It won't matter. But in the past, mods that give users their own forms have been judged against the terms of service of the software. Past that, mods that give users their own forms have been judged against the... How? What is the difference between letting a user create a forum and then a user just... I mean, would it be against the terms of service for a user to DM me and say, oh, hey, can I have a forum called cats? And then I create a forum called cats? The company feels it stops people from buying their own forum software. I don't care what they feel. Wait a minute. Let users create possible for users to create subforms. Let's see. I'm not sure if this can be done. Yes, it can be done. It just needs a... Forms can only be created by administrators in the ACP. Yes. Yeah, I figured that was the case, but you don't know, so you suggest the best workaround. This seems like it would be a mess. There's no way people are going to stick to the thread selling thing. Will you be okay? You post random. Okay, yeah, I'm not worried about this. This is talking about the details of doing it. I'm not worried about that. The system we are looking for is to replace the very messy... Whoops. Ah, what happened? I do want to check out that just to see what it is, but I'm open ideas. Way too many nodes, prefixes, artists would have to be created for, okay, then allow users to post whatever heavy moderation would be required, disable tags. Okay, again, I'm not all worried about that. Or admins could create threads and not worries. So it's a game. Okay, this is right up in my alley. First of all, you forget the idea of having hundreds of nodes. XenForo is designed in a way that with each node form gets slower because it makes permissions checks. Having thousands of nodes would slow down your form massively. You would hate to have that. What you can do is you can put everything under one single node. There's no better way to do this. Well, I mean, that was kind of the idea. What you will have to do is create a drop-down. Well, okay, okay. Another option may be social groups. Let's look at that. No, that's lame. Well, I don't see anything possible to let users create invisible private. Is there any way to allow users, like, how do I make... I mean, I don't see anything on here on point to what Joe is talking about. But the point about every node slowing down your board because it's doing permission checks is something to consider. Because what I wanted to do with this is, the way I figured this working is from an admin standpoint. The admin would say, okay, when a user creates a form, it's going to go, this is the parent node. So essentially, users would not be able to define the parent node of the form they created. That would be set as an option by the admin of the board. So that when user X goes to create a forum, it will be under a parent node, and every user forum will be under that same parent node. And in that way, they would just and in that sense, all nodes would then inherit the permissions from that parent node. Is that going to slow down? I don't know. I guess you could also have an option that limits the number of nodes that can be created aggregate from users, so that you can only allow like 100 nodes to be created, or whatever the number might be. That's interesting, though. And that brings me back to another thing that I could do while I'm here. And that is... So I started writing some scripts that would just generate mock data. But now I'm thinking, like, what if I just start creating tons of nodes? Let's see. We will call this node flood.sh. All right, and this is gonna, I mean, I do a lot of bash, but to be fair, software also made the user the admin of their own forum. Perhaps if they aren't admin. Well, what I was going to do is, yes, the user would be a moderator of the forum, which I guess would involve a user, which would involve a permissions check. All right, so what I want to do is, let me just look at this really quick. That's what I want for, it's do done, do done. So list API key, user ID, API bypass for, okay, this is going to be, oh wait, I don't want to create a category, I want to create actual forums. So let's do this one here. All right, let's see. And by the way, Joe, I did finish OWL, so don't give me that. I mean, I didn't finish everything, but I did release several versions of that. So don't give me this I never finish a project BS. I finish sometimes. Okay, yet another forum. We are going to call this forum I, and then parent node 3, forum type. And that's all I want, is this. All right, I gotta get the API key, which I am not too concerned about people knowing the API key, since this is a local instance. Can I get the API key? View full key. Copy. Okay. And then I do need to do this with bash. Let me close this one. Yes. All right, so what I am hoping this little script will do is just create forums and create a buttload. But right now I'm just going to see if it'll create 5 of them. Let's see. So it's going to create it. I'm not sure where it's going to create it, honestly. But it should create it under node 3, which is node 1. Let's actually make it create it under node 1. So here where it says main category, I'm going to create 5 forums. Let's see if that works. Oh wait, I need to. All right, make it executable. Node flood, pass in the API key. And that did not work. Curl, what did curl? Why did curl? Oh, okay. I think I put a space somewhere where I shouldn't have put a space. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so that looks like that created 5 forums. I thought it did. Do I need to, is it cache? Okay, it was getting the cache. Okay, forum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, again, this might not be a fair test because if it's doing permission checks on different forums for different users, that's a lot different than doing permission checks on just one user. Then again, no, it's not. I guess really what's going to happen is it depends on how many concurrent users you have. Well, let's just see if I create 500 forums. Let's just see what happens. It's going to take a little while. It's just creating forums. And again, if I was on my Mac, this would already be done. This drive is so slow. I like the development tools on Windows, but as an operating system, it is horrendously slow. And people who defend Windows just simply haven't used Macs. It's that simple. Like you just haven't. And if you're going to sit there and say, "Well, I have used a Mac and I still prefer Windows," then no, you haven't used a Mac. You borrowed your mother's Mac for an afternoon when you went there for Thanksgiving dinner, and now you're considered a Mac expert. No, that's not it. All right, let's see. We've created about 150. Still need to refresh. Yeah, there's a lot of forums. And what I wanted to do with this whole set of generation tools also was like have it create users, which I do have one where it creates users, and then create forms as well. Actually, no, I think I've already created the users on this. Maybe I did. Oh, I did, okay. Yeah, there's user 1, user 2, user 3. I used a Mac in 1993, and another 50 years will be too soon. Yeah, no, because, I mean, you like slow things. You don't want to go too fast because it'll confuse you. So you need to stay on Windows where things will go at the pace of an 80-year-old man. I get it, you know. People are uncomfortable with performance. It's like given the choice between like a Porsche and a station wagon, you're going to take the station wagon because it's safe and it's comfortable. And in the Porsche, you might get hurt because you don't know how to use it properly. I get it. Okay, let's see. We are 319 forums. I'm just curious as to like what the performance is going to be when I try to load them up. And honestly, it's not terrible. I know this is not a real world scenario. I know there's no concurrent users. I know there's not even any data inside of these forums. So I know it's not a realistic station wagon. It has more room. Yes, it has more room for your medications and your walker. I get it. Let's see. All right. All around better vehicle. All right, we are at 400 forums. Next time I do this, I have my older Mac trash can. It's a Mac 2013, I think, and it's a desktop, a Mac Pro that I used for years. And I'm actually going to set it back up because the laptop that I've been using for work is broken. So I'm going to go back to using this desktop at least until I get my my laptop back. And I will broadcast on that maybe tomorrow or Monday, and I will show you that it is just superiorly faster. And this machine here, this is not this machine is quite a bit of a powerhouse if I can remember how to do this. Is it system? All right, so it's 2.1 gigahertz. Wait, 2 processors. 64 gigs of RAM. Something. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Why? 2 processors. See number of cores. That's what I want to see. Shift Escape, open Task Manager. Select Performance, and then I tell you the number of cores. All right, so here we go. Okay, it has 24 cores, 48 logical processors, 64 gigs of RAM. Each one is about 2.1 gigahertz. it's not a slow machine, so there's no reason it should be this slow. The disks are, oh, okay, disk 0 is SSD, but disk 1 and disk 2 are not. That probably has something to do with it. I wonder if I instead installed everything on the SSD. I wonder how much faster it would be. But that creates a dilemma because I only have, I think it's only half a terabyte. I think the disk 1 is only half a terabyte. Okay, is this done? It is done. We have created 500 forums. Let's take a look. Now again, how much of this slowness is because of the computer and how much of it is because we've added 500 forums to XenForo? The page returns pretty quickly. Let's create a post on forum 396. This is a post. Hi everyone. So again, I wonder how much, like literally with 1,000 forums, how much traffic is really going to bog down your board. To what extent can you support concurrent users? How much traffic is really going? When will it be problematic, and why would it be problematic? And how, like again, if every forum is under the same parent forum, and then they all just inherit those permissions, is it going to be that bad? And also, like, one of the things with this add-on that I was thinking is that, like, here, you know, you can see 500 forums inside of a single node. I was thinking that the parent node, now it could be up to the admin, but the parent node could be hidden, so that way you wouldn't be able to just like browse them by looking at them in a list. It would be, again, more along the lines of Reddit, where, you know, you can't go to, at least I don't think you can go to Reddit and list every subreddit in Reddit. Instead, you kind of just have to find them organically. So I was thinking it would be kind of more like that. On my message board, I do have a set of forums. The thought of how it will work on my message board is I would have a set of forums, or I have this static set of forums I've had on my message board for years. And people would just post in there, like, I created a forum under /cats, come join my cats forum, or whatever, you know. And then, of course, I had this whole idea of the feed, which is kind of like Twitter, that I want to incorporate in that anyway as well. I'm not sure how that would all work, but that is kind of my messed up vision. Anyway, I feel like I should post on XenForo to see if Joe is out of his mind or not about this being a XenForo questions and support. I don't know if this is the right forum for it or not. Troubleshooting problems, installation, upgrade, import support, server style, forum management, others XenForo discussions and feedback. I think that's a perfect place. Add-on to support user created forums. Putting aside the technical issues, I know I have a good idea of what they entail. Is there any TOS violation for developing an add-on that allows users to create their own forums? Would an add-on that does this be allowed? I guess. Putting aside the technical issues, I'm not going to put this a little bit. I'm just going to say, putting aside the technical issues, is there any violation for developing, for releasing or developing an add-on that allows users to create their own forums and be moderators of those forums, as Joe recommended? Would an add-on that does this be allowed? All right. Add-on to support user-created forums. Putting aside the technical issues, is there any terms of service violation for releasing or developing an add-on that allows users to create their own forums? Similar to how Reddit works. This add-on would also allow those users to be moderators of the forums they created. Is there any TOS violation with this? Does that also allow those users to be moderators of the forums they created? Is there any TOS violation with this? All right. We'll see what XenForo says. I think we made good progress because we made absolutely none. Absolutely no progress was made. I did. All right, let's see. What's this? I'm not even going to bother checking this in because I'm going to go probably work on this later on my Mac. VS Code, no, that's just a... Yeah, this is just some minor changes I made to the template and then those other code changes. Yeah, no, we'll see what XenForo says. In the meantime, I am going to go sit on my couch and work on this on my laptop. I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's Eve. Thank you so much for joining. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, you know, I know. I've been posting travel videos, chess videos. I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel, but thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Happy New Year's, everybody.